The second key is this, around the belly button. And this is the second chakra, the color. What color? Orange. Orange. See orange there? Orange, the color of creativity. And this is my key under renewal is ego identities drain power. What does that mean? That means we get attached to our ego. Our ego wants us to stay in control. It wants us to be safe. And it's a good thing at times, but it can also hold us back. And a good example of that is that wicked witch that she just wanted what she wanted, and she just wouldn't let it go. She wasn't willing to grow outside of her need to have those ruby red slippers. And our ego here can hold us back in 3 areas: money, sex, and power. That's what this area of the body means. Financial difficulties, our interpretation of beauty, and creativity. This is where the uterus is. So we give physical birth, but we also give birth to who we really are. So if you have something in you, you know how you often hear people say, I've got a book in me, I want to write. Write it! Or I've got a song that I want to sing. Sing it. That's your body telling you, you want to give birth to this thing called you. And if you don't, does anyone know what the dis-ease you specifically get when you block creative energy and it's in the uterus? What are they called? Fibroids. Thank you very much. Dr. Northrup calls fibroids these blockages of creative energy. She had one, huge one, when she went through her divorce. And Dr. Christiane Northrup, women's health expert, been on Oprah, great book, Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. Every woman needs to have it. And she had a fibroid, and she knew that, and she wouldn't mind me saying this, that she was married to an orthopedic surgeon who just blocked, as amazing as it is, because I know we all just think she is amazing. She married someone that boo-hooed who she was. Orthopedic surgeon, very concrete, black and white, that's that profession. They're very good at what they do, thank goodness. But she would be reading her mind-body books and her energy medicine books, and it's like silly stuff to him. And she would to this day say that was part of her getting those fibroids, allowing him to stuff her energy down. And here is Jamie Lee Curtis as an example of the ego identities. This was in More magazine a few years back. And this is the real Jamie. This comes from the soul. And then this is the ego all dressed up. And she said, the only way I'll show this photo is if you show all the people it takes to get me looking like this. So how do we know when we're coming from the ego versus coming from the soul? Because this is a very important path, conscious path towards flow, energy flow. And I'm not saying the ego is bad, it keeps us safe. But sometimes if we identify with the ego, the soul gets lost. And the soul is the piece that lives in us and is desiring full expression. When we are in fear, false evidence appearing real, you probably know, that's what fear stands for. When we're scared of something, or we're in judgment, you know, the judgment, you've heard that, we're pointing a finger at someone and of course all those other fingers are pointing back at us, because judgment's really saying something about us. Or criticism, or an external focus, versus when we step out in courage. Yeah, we're scared, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Like Dorothy did. Must have been pretty scary in Munchkin Land, and they said, just follow the yellow brick road, and she had no idea where that was going. She was brave. Have courage, to show bravery, to practice forgiveness. And it's not meaning that the person, whatever they did, you're condoning the behavior. But you're saying, you did the best you knew at that time. Don't agree with what you did, but I release you and I let you go. In fact, one of the greatest statements, I have a stepdaughter that went through all kinds of trouble about 6 years ago. And in my process of trying to stay balanced and healthy through that, this affirmation was given to me. I love you and I release you to your own experience. And you can do that with anyone that you feel anger towards. I had a lot of anger towards her. I love you and I release you to your own experience. That's been such a valuable little sentence for me when I'm wanting to not take the burden on myself and not allow someone and their negativity to invade my energy. And practicing compassion and patience. the ego and the soul, and the balance of both. You know, it's all about balance. So some of the questions are, the issue is fear of loss of control, money or power. So the question is, does money have authority over you? Ever since I gave up any kind of attachment to, not attachment, because I like money. We all like money? Yeah, okay. Nothing wrong with money. It's just a form of energy. It's just a form of energy. The harder you hold on to it, the less you have. The tighter you hold, black and white, restrictive, shut it down. The more you step into the bigness of your life, the more it flows. And ever since I've just started doing what I love to do, I know it's a corny book title, do what you love and the money will follow, but that's been my experience. It really has. As long as what you love is truly aligned to what your passion and purpose is on this planet. You can't go wrong when you are aligned to what you're meant to be doing. And do you follow through on your creative ideas? Remember, this is the money center here, and it has to come from creativity. It has to be born in you, through you, and allowing it to flow. And I like this picture. Don't you love this picture? I believe in yourself is the greatest gift you can give to someone else. So the greatest gift you can bring to your relationship is a healthy relationship with yourself. And that's where we're going today. When you can start to process some of this that we're talking about and start to really glow from the inside out, you'll have people coming up here saying, what is it you're doing? You look different. Because it's an inside out, medicine from the inside out. So key number 3, third chakra, yellow, the yellow brick road. This is where it's all happening in this movie, the yellow brick road. Follow your yellow brick road. This is the center of self-esteem. This is the center of personal responsibility, where you take responsibility for your own life and don't let other people dictate it. This is a lot of organs here, small intestine, liver, spleen, irritable bowel can stem from this. Now, the yellow brick road, notice Dorothy was in this land, she didn't know what to do. And they kept saying, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. Well, okay. The yellow brick road is your path to your own purpose and passion. And notice it is a straight line. It curves. Sometimes it goes over here. It's like, oh yeah, okay, nope, it goes over here. It's not a straight line. And sometimes you can fall asleep. There's poppies in the field, and you fall asleep for a while. Sometimes there's monkeys in the tree that try and stop you and block your path. Get what I'm saying, right? Metaphor, right? That happens. That's life. Stay on the yellow brick road. And that's why it's really key, and I love how you do vision boards, because that helps you stay on the path. What is it you really want? Where are you going? What is your why? What are you driven by? And getting clear about that. Otherwise, you don't know what your yellow brick road is, and you're going to wander all over the place. And you're going to have monkeys on your back, and you're going to fall asleep in the poppy fields or whatever, and you don't know where you're going. The clearer you know. Now, I know where I want to change the way healthcare is practiced in this country while living a balanced life. That's my passion. That's my purpose. And it shows up in many different ways. So when I'm on the yellow brick road and I get these offers, like Bill Phillips, I'll say, okay, is that consistent with my yellow brick road? Or is that going to take me off a different path, divert me? You've got to make that call. You know, because you know this is the center of gut feelings. Listen to your own instinct, your own knowingness, that yellow brick road. And here are the questions. What are your gifts and talents? What are your unique gifts and talents? And if you don't know, ask your best friend, because they probably know even better than you. What are your gifts and talents? And when we go through the coaching process, that's often a question that gets asked. What makes you unique? You're here for a purpose. It's not an accident that you were the one that the egg and the sperm made, and here you are. Out of all those however many thousand of other possibilities, it's you. So what makes you unique? Criticism is one of the things that can shut us down the most. Criticism. So much easier to criticize and blame someone else, takes the focus up over us. So being critical of others blocks our path. Are you afraid of being powerful? I know that might be an interesting question.